everybody. I'm Larry Ridley.
All right, we appreciate it, Larry. It's our exclusive coverage of the National Football League on EA Sports. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the Cincinnati Bengals and the Dallas Cowboys. Look at the spin. And he'll get to the 30-yard line before going out of bounds. They'll come out in the pistol. Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert. And he's brought down. It'll go as a gain of 10 there. And that'll be good enough for a Cincinnati first.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
They'll run for the first time with Hill. And he's going to get hit at the line of scrimmage and driven backwards. Tyrone Crawford in on the tackle. Offense still needing 10 yards. 2nd down. Dalton throwing on 2nd down. Green's got it over the middle. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
There's nothing like getting out of the gate and finding your favorite target. Andy Dalton just did that with A.J. Green.
And some people call that a nice fantasy football connection as well.
Yeah, they're piling up the points that way, and they want to see that continue.
Now a 1st down carry. It's Hill. And he'll lose yardage here. Back at the 47. That's going to go as a loss of 6, and it'll set him back for 2nd down. And the offense there, the O-line, everybody really on offense, they were just manhandled at the point of attack.
Yeah, you could pretty much call them all out, couldn't you? Almost by name, right? That was a very tough sequence for the offensive line. But how about that defensive front creating a new line of scrimmage and creating a lost yardage possibility?
And Dalton to throw. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Randy Gregory able to get in there and take him down for a loss of 3.
Well, this is what happens when you get behind the chains, as people like to say. When you have obvious passing situations, hard to vary it up and fool a defense.
And you hate those situations if you're an O-lineman, right?
Oh, without a doubt, because you just know they're coming, and you never know exactly how. They can be exotic.
Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And without a doubt, not the way they pictured that opening drive unfolding.
No, they were making progress. They weren't exactly in high gear, but they were making a few yards along the way. And now that they've coughed it up, you got to go back to the sidelines and regroup a little bit.
They run with a rookie. Here's Elliott. And he'll get down to about the 26-yard line. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1. Clock rolling as we hit the midway point of this first quarter.
First play of the drive, let's give credit all around. Excellent blocking, but the guy carrying the ball, he was the finisher. A really nice run.
On 2nd down, Elliott, a solid stiff arm. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. 19 yards on the pickup there, and now they'll have it 1st and goal. Goal line offense, something they've really been emphasizing in practice lately. Now they have a chance here to put all that hard work to use. Romo. This will be caught at about the 6. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Cowboy touchdown. Cole Beasley, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Cowboys have taken the early lead.
I know these wide receivers are about flash and dash and high-flying plays, but a good number of them played running back at some point in their career, and that's how they finish off a lot of their big plays, run after the catch.
And this time he finishes off the big play in the end zone. And the decision to come out is going to cost him 5 yards with a new rule as he's taken down right at the 20-yard line. Cincinnati now ready to take the field. And they had the fumble last time that led to a touchdown. That's a no-no. We'll see what they do here this go-around.
A big no-no. Put that in.
And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Jamarcus Lawrence in there to drop him. And it'll be a loss of about 8. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
To throw here, Dalton. Over the middle, complete to Tate. And they'll get him down here at the 23. Give him 10 yards on the pickup. And just like that, it's third down. And there they went crossing route against the zone defense. What do you think of that?
Takes real coordination between the passer and the receiver because you've got to read those zones and where the open spots are and be on the same page with the guy throwing the football. Because sometimes you're throwing it in front of the zone. Sometimes you're throwing it between the zones. Sometimes the receiver's going to just kind of find a spot and what we call sit down and present himself to the quarterback and throw it there. It's a tough read, but when they're in sync, it's really effective.
Fighting through. Whoosh. Great blocking, nearly sprung him there. 28-yard return. And this offense will take over right at the midfield stripe with a 1st and 10. Now Tony Romo on 1st down. Surveying the field. Now Romo hit, and he loses the football. He had it jarred out.
On plays like this where the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though.
Sitting alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin, as it is Cowboy football to begin quarter number 2. They've got a 3rd down and 5 to start things out. From the gun on 3rd down, Romo. And this is going to be incomplete. Bryce Butler, the intended receiver. And that's going to make it 4th down. So on 4th down, here's Chris Jones to punt it away. Back deep for the Bengals, Adam Jones.
I'm not sure we could spot any tendency here on this 3rd down. They could have run it or passed it. Either one was available. They chose to try and get it through the air, but they were unsuccessful.
So now the Bengal offensive unit back out onto the field. And last drive, 3 and out. Still a goose egg on the scoreboard. How do they break that goose egg?
They've got to find a way to get the ball in the hands of their playmakers, get them some space, and try and make a 1st down and get some momentum going. It's been a struggle for them throughout the game, and that 3 and out on the last possession, that told you just how stalled they are on offense.
So who will step up here? We'll see. And they're behind the sticks here a bit now, dealing with a 2nd and 12. Second down, Dalton. Underneath here to Hill. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets this football out shy of the 30 to the 29.
Good route, good pickup for 1st down yardage, and that is a tough one to cover, the angle route, because a running back getting out of the backfield, if you're trying to cover that, especially if you're in the linebacker spot and you're seeing this play develop, he heads out towards the flat first, and that often gets you to overcommit running in that direction. Then he cuts back up inside you into the middle of the field. That's what we just saw there for a nice pickup.
And now the passing game here in the 2nd quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence. Well, he did almost everything right. Excellent coverage, breaks on the football, just unable to haul it in and take it the other way, so he dropped an interception. The key for him now, don't dwell on it, just move on to the next play.
Call it a gain of 4, and it'll leave him with a 3rd down and 6 to go. So Jeremy Hill got the call there, and he's trying to pick his yardage back up. 2 years ago, Charles, he was over 1,100. Last year, below 800.
Just never got going with any consistency throughout the 2015 season. You know his determination is sky high for this one.
He's got Green. And he's able to get it to the 33. Good enough for a 1st down. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs.
They'll give the defensive guys a little bit of credit. They didn't let the deep ball beat them on that play, did they?
No, the drag, that guy can be your safety valve. We saw it right there.
Yeah, and it picked up a first down for them, too.
Dalton to Hill on the draw. And he's going to take this one down to the 25. Just what you want on a first down run. Call it 8 yards, and it's 2nd and 2.
This drive is turning into an extended one, and the guy carrying the ball, he's becoming more like a body blows guy. Every carry is putting some damage on the defense. So after a while, I'm not too sure how many guys are going to want to run up and tackle him.
On 2nd down, Hill. And he's able to get it to the edge of the red zone at the 20-yard line. 5 yards is the pickup there as that extends this drive.
Not too many more ideal situations in 2nd and 2 in order to try and pick up a first down. They ran it and picked it up.
2 minutes remain here in the first half. We're back to Arlington right after this timeout. A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Larry Ridley will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Throwing, Dalton. His throw caught at about the 5.
Personal foul. Face mask. Defense.
And I know it's hard in live action, but you've got to keep your hands away from the face. That's a 15-yard penalty.
You work on it all the time, making sure your target area is lower and trying to keep your hands away from the face mask so you don't get the big penalty.
Looking to jam the receivers at the line here. Press coverage look defensively. They'll run it with Hill. And he is going to lose yardage here. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
There's another example of why they haven't scored any points so far. I think it's time to abandon the run game, spread things out, and go to the air. It certainly can't be any worse than what they've done so far.
They send Green to the left on his own. And now to the air, Dalton. And he's got it. Touchdown, Bengals. Their dangerous wide receiver. His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And the Bengals are an extra point away from tying up this football game. It's good, and we're all tied at 7 apiece. Well, that's about as quick of a passing touchdown as you'll ever see right there.
Everyone has a section in their playbook called the quick game. That was a super quick game. Out of the hands of the thrower, bam, right to the receiver, successfully for a touchdown.
How in-depth is that quick game part of the playbook?
It's pretty in-depth because people want the ball in the hands of the quarterback into the playmaker's hands downfield as fast as possible. There are a lot of plays, a lot of options involved with that.
And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Back to the air they go. Romo on 2nd down. Drops it underneath. Elliott. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That one good for 10 yards. And that'll bring up what looks to be a 3rd and inches. Can't be more than a half a foot.
I'm going to show my age here a little bit. We used to talk about running backs catching the ball as safety valves. Nowadays, they're a big part of the passing offense.
Quit acting like you're so old. You're only 65. Lucky Whitehead is intended target. And that's going to bring up a 4th down.
Timing's crucial in any route thrown, but when you throw an out, so many things are going through the mind of the receiver. Catching the ball, timing it up with the quarterback. Are my feet going to get down inbounds? On that play, all those things going through his head might have caused him to drop it.
Here's Jones. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the Bengals will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Bengals getting set to go. And they will simply, Charles, be looking to duplicate what they did last drive when they were able to push it in for 6.
And they hope it'll be that easy, right? To be able to take exactly what happened before, replicate it. They may have to make a few additional changes along the way.
Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. So we're back in the offense getting set following the call of that timeout. They send Green to the left on his own. Dalton throwing on second down. A dump off now to Hill. And he's able to get up here to the 26. Just 4 yards on the pickup, but that's good enough to extend the drive. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Jamarcus Lawrence in there to get him his 2nd sack now of the afternoon. It's 2nd down. Dalton looking. And he'll lay out and pull it in. What a diving catch there. That'll be a gain of 15 yards. And they're going to face a 3rd down. Now whistles come in. We're going to get a timeout here by the offense. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And on the outside, they're playing press coverage.
3rd and 5, so they bring in an extra defensive back.
Expecting pass. So Dalton now. Caught right side, Tate. And now a timeout called by the Cowboys defense. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. Here's Kevin Huber now. On for his 2nd punt. He'd take a repeat of his 1st. Cowboys swarm in, and it's blocked. Now this will be picked up inside the 25. So they get there, they get the block. That can turn out to be a big play.
Everyone's looking for a difference maker. Everyone's looking for an edge. If you get a blocked punt in special teams, that could be the huge difference that you're looking for.
And Bailey able to knock it through. So we've hit halftime, just a few. And apparently that's all, Larry. So much for the halftime report. We'll see you in the postgame. We're ready to get. So both teams have their marching orders, and we'll get going again here in quarter number 3. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And there's a flag on the field. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
Return team.
They'll come out in the pistol. Romo gives to Elliott. And he's going to be taken down right at about the 15-yard line. Just a yard on the 1st down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. 2nd down following the run.
Well, they held him to a short gain on that one, and it almost felt like on that first run, they were trying to just throw the jab at him. So how do you stop a jab? Get closer and smother it, just as they did on that last play.
Only a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. 3rd down now following the run. And 3rd quarter here, you've got the lead. This is where that strong run game can really benefit you. Stayed in bounds there, kept the clock going.
I like all the points you just made there. And if you throw the football and it's incomplete, now you've stopped the clock, and you've helped out the guys on the other side of the ball. So keep it in the hands of those runners. Keep moving it. Keep grinding clock.
A pretty good coverage there, and both of these defenses, they've had good coverage throughout this one.
No doubt about it. And in today's NFL, where we're used to a bit more scoring, this feels almost like a well-pitched game in baseball on both sides, where the tension continues to build. Who's going to make the big play?
It'll be a 51-yard punt that time. And the offense will come back onto the field with a 1st and 10. A look at the offense now here, coming back out on the road for their first possession of the 2nd half. They were able to get the stop defensively. Now a chance really to set the tone here in quarter 3.
They can really take charge, can't they? And this is probably how it was drawn up at the half. I think we can go inside the locker room, right? And I think we would see up on the grease boards, stop them defensively, get the ball back for the offense, and let's go downfield and score. Seems simple, right? The last part, we have to find out if that's going to happen. But the first part worked to perfection. Did exactly what they wanted, and now their offense has to pay it off.
See if they can get the latter 50%. Andy Dalton. Green's got it over the middle. And he'll go down right around the 47 this time. 11 yards on the pickup, and they're going to have a third down.
It's a nice completion, a little bit of run after catch as well to create the yardage that they got. But it is so tough to cover that route, the drag route, because they run it at varying speeds. Because the key is to create hesitancy on the defender's part.
Always so empathetic for those DBs, aren't you? A loss of a yard, and it brings up fourth.
Oftentimes when you're not winning at the point of attack for an offensive line, maybe they're getting out physical, spread things out a little bit, make it more of a one-on-one blocking scheme. Then you don't have to win it physically. You just have to win it by position. That may open things up for your running backs.
A fourth down gamble with Dalton. It's brought in left side by Tate. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
And he'll just throw this one over in the way of the security crew. Incomplete here.
I hope I don't sound too rah-rah on that one, but that's the exact right throw. Either your receiver gets it or no one gets it. Give him a lot of credit for being really precise with it.
Got rid of it. No one got it. Passing again. Dalton on 2nd and 10. Eluding the pressure right. This one brought in by the rookie. It's Tyler Boyd. A good pickup there. 26 yards.
Looked like the defense put pretty good pressure on him, but he's able to flush out to his right to try and evade people. On the run, had to get on his horse. Still accurately throws a nice pass for a first down.
A first down throw coming for Dalton. On the right side, caught by Green. And he's brought down. 10 yards on the pickup there. And it'll give the Bengals a first down.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Dalton operating in the red zone now. They'll roll him out right. Now he's hit, and Dalton lost the football. And it's picked up by the Cowboys. He had gained really good yardage, but that's what you tell your quarterbacks, right? Get down after you got run.
You don't have to prove your toughness. You know, I think that's what a lot of coaches are trying to preach to their guys. Get the yardage, get down, protect the football, and protect yourself from extra hits as well.
A good run there on first down, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 2.
We talk about setting a tone or beginning a drive. That run was absolutely textbook. I'm telling you, partner, now they're not just thinking about an easy drive. They're thinking about maybe taking it downfield.
They started at their 2. Now they've got a heavy amount of breathing room. And he'll do a nice job here just to fight his way back to the line of scrimmage. And they'll lose a yard that time, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Brandon, that play ended so fast, it's almost as if the quarterback handed it to the runner, and the tackler was there right away for a loss of yardage.
3rd and 2, it's Romo. And he'll just toss it away. So he throws it away, and that brings up 4th down.
Let's face it, perfection is something we all chase, whether it's playing this game or whatever we do. Hard to attain, but that's what they were searching for as that pass goes incomplete.
Jones on the return. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Bengals will take over in terrific field position. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. Now Dalton with a 1st and 10. Escaping the pressure right. Complete to the right side. It's Eifert. And he's brought down. Back now here on EA Sports. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Now a 10th carry for Hill. 8 yards on the pickup, and now they'll have some options on 2nd and short. Offense in a good spot here, 2nd and 2.
Some runs are blocked so well, you almost forget that someone has to carry the ball to gain the yardage. The leverage by the offensive line to create space up front, really well done.
They got 2 of the 3 they needed there. Leaves them with 3rd and just a yard. And he's back here in the struggle department in this one like he was a week ago. And, partner, I think you can pin some of this on that O-line. That room to run, just not there.
You mentioned last week that it felt like the offensive line was getting beaten to the punch by the guys across the ball.
It was pretty evident, I thought.
I mean, they were off the ball fast, penetrating, getting into the offensive backfield, really spilling a lot of runs before they got started. So I thought your observation was spot on then, and you're right there again this week. Same thing is happening, not able to get started because they're not able to control the point of attack.
1st and 10 for Dalton. To the left side here for Eifert. And he's brought down. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
Tyler Eifert has become one of the most reliable red zone targets in the league. Personally, I think he's one of the most reliable targets, period, and there's no doubt Andy Dalton's going to look for him in this situation.
Dalton here from the gun. Green's got it over the middle. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. A.J. Green, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Bengals have taken the lead here in the 4th. And that makes it 14-10.
And no matter how it comes about, when you get good field position, you have to make the defense pay. Short fields usually make for good offense.
That's fielded in the end zone. And this will be a touchback. Last year would have come out to the 20. This year they'll move it out to the 25-yard line. And now Dallas gets set to take the field. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They go play action here on 1st down. Finding time. He's going to loft one deep left side here. This is caught at the 20. And he does take it in for the touchdown, but a flag on the field, and I don't think this is going to stand.
Yeah, don't put the points on the board just yet.
Offense.
They come out 5 wide, 3 of them to the right side. Out of the gun, Romo. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he'll be brought down, it looks like, right at the 15. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and it'll make this a 2nd and long. 2nd down now after the pass completion. The play fake for Elliott. Now Romo. He's got time. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
Well, that plays a statistic that's going to go on the defensive team stat sheet. Won't necessarily reflect in ours, right, the overall game sheet. But you and I know that they keep count on pressures, hits on quarterbacks, all those things, hoping to increase that throughout the game. And here we are in the 4th quarter, and they got a big one.
And such a close game, a very big one.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Pulled in at the 24. A good return there, 17 yards. And the Bengals take possession. All right, here now a look at A.J. Green. All right, so let's look at these numbers. I don't want to read the tea leaves here too much, but maybe he's in his own head a little bit after that hot start and the cool-off.
Sometimes that happens, and this is where you get tested as a player in this league if you truly want to be an impact player or a star, because that's what they're going to face each and every game. Extra coverage, extra people. So now, do you fight through it? Do you find other ways? Or do you allow it to affect you to the point where you're no longer an impact on the game?
So the Bengals in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. They run it again with Hill. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. It's a gain of 6, moves him to a manageable 3rd and 2 situation. And this defense looks for one more stop here on 3rd after the run. Hill, the lone setback. And he'll get it up the middle. And he will have first down yardage as he's brought down at the 41. And now the Cowboys are going to call another timeout. That'll be their 2nd, so one more chance to stop the clock here. And we'll be back. Dalton with a give to Hill. And he'll get inside the 40 to maybe the 38-yard line. A gain of 3, 2nd down. Now hang on here. Timeout called by the defense. It'll be their 3rd and final timeout, so as they talk things over, we'll step aside. And once again, Hill, he's been busy. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. Good work to pick up 7 yards there. That gets him into a 3rd and 1 situation.
And once again, leverage wins. The offensive line, lower than the defensive front. They moved them and found some good space for the guy carrying the ball.
Looks like the defense in press coverage here. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. They'll try and run for it. Here's Hill. And he picks up the first before he's taken down at the 29.
Everyone understood their role on that play. 3rd and 1. You know the defensive guys, they're trying to get down and get low and get leverage on the offensive lineman, but they didn't allow that to happen. They created a crease and allowed him to get through for a first down.
And Dalton hands to Hill. And he's going to fight his way forward here for a modest gain. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
I know that every now and then we get in those meetings with coaches, and you almost want to roll your eyes when they talk about staying on schedule when they're moving the football. But would you say a 7-yard run is ahead of schedule?
4th quarter with a lead, you love that, don't you?
No doubt about it, because staying on schedule is trying to get 4 downs on first down. They did that plus 3. That is inches from the upright. It's no good. Wide to the left.